formless, shapeless, like water. Now you put water into a cup, it becomes the cup. You put water into a bottle, it becomes the bottle. You put in a teapot, it becomes the teapot. Water can flow or it can crash. Be water, my friend.
Somehow we need that new life in Jesus Christ. The power of that new life, that's what you're talking about. It just moves and moves and moves and goes and goes and goes. Our relationship with God is based on our ability to be weak and to be strong, to be servants and then to be great, be dead and be alive, all those different cultural, what would you call it, ways of thinking that in the Bible are just inverted from our normal ways of thinking. You want to live, then you need to die. And that's because every one of them, it seems like to me, highlight God and His greatness, God and His sovereignty, God and His ability to make everything happen. And relationships are like that. When people know you're genuinely for them, you got to prove it by putting everything else behind, and you got to be there for them. It just opens the door. I've got to be trained every day of my life. I got to learn new things every day of my life as I go forward, or else I'm never going to make it in this thing. It changes dramatically at times. So it's an ongoing process. It's an ongoing relationship. It's an ongoing movement. It's an ongoing following of God. It's an ongoing denying yourself. It's an ongoing taking up your own cross and following Christ. Live with people. As you live with them, they come to know Jesus Christ. They don't come to know Jesus Christ because you proclaim the word to them, or you preach at them, or you do whatever. People come to know Christ because they're related to people who know Christ, who just do the gospel. And doing the gospel is much more powerful than speaking the gospel. Many people within the different villages around here that are related. And so if the evangelism movement goes from people to relations, it tends to take on quickly because there's a level of trust there already in the family relationship. And then whole families come to know Jesus Christ rather than just one or two people. Experience of Americans especially is we're so rigidly conditioned that we define our belief in God as being something that's got to be proclaimed. We proclaim it to everybody. But in fact, it never has the impact of living with people, relating to people, to that relationship, enabling them to understand what God is all about. They just do it now. It's like falling off a log. You just live it. That's the most powerful way to touch people's lives that there is in the entire world. And you don't preach it so much as you live it. You do it, you practice it, because in relationships, it's not what you say that's so important, it's what you do that's important. It's how you deal with people. Doesn't matter who doesn't like us and who says bad things about us, it don't make a bit of difference. Just ignore it, walk forward with the power of Jesus Christ. Into that culture, down and into it, and to speak out of it, so that He is speaking Lua, and they're thinking Lua, and they're able to understand God clearly, because of that. The idea is contextualized ministry, with the essence of the gospel coming forth so powerfully in the lives of people, some of whom have already been heading that direction. They don't know what to do, but now they find in Christ the completion of everything that they've been trying to find. That it says, I'm with you, right here, in the midst of your Buddhist culture. I'm here. And God is very really there. He's just over and over again showing that it's true. Many people within the different villages around here that are related. And so if the evangelism movement goes from people to relations, it tends to take on quickly because there's a level of trust there already in the family relationship. And then whole families come to know Jesus Christ rather than just one or two people.
Real priority is the church, the body of Jesus Christ. And those are people all around the world, which makes it important. And your life has a tremendous amount of power, that there are people in this world need that from God through you. And to find that place and to pour at that place is just absolutely critical. Absolutely critical, I think. Not just for yourself, but for the church. And for the kingdom. Really, you're filled with the power of God. Man, it is an absolute amazing thing. It's not a small thing. And where you're going to pour it, what you're going to pour it into.